Today is 21st of April. Market trade a narrow body with wick on either end, up 13 points to close at 3348 with above average volume. Now, this happened after the deep retracement, breaking this neckline. This is a double top formations, and managed to find some support at about 3,300, and we have a bounce. The fact that actually today it trade a narrow body with wick on either end, it does indicate some uncertainty, and in fact this level, which is at about 3350, 3360, appear to be a significant resistance. It had been tested on several occasions and was not able to actually close well after testing. So this is a sign of weakness. Immediate support is at 3300 and the resistance is at 3350. The more significant resistance is at 3400. Now let's take a look at the US market. This is S&P 500 weekly charts. This is the 40 weeks moving average, and it's currently flirting the 40-week moving average, trading just below that. Now with the deep retracement at a bound like this, market more likely to consolidate sideways, and during consolidations it tends to be choppy. If you take a look at the Nasdaq, which is much weaker, again with the 40 weeks plotted, if you notice, actually tested this level on several occasions. This is at about 14,500s, and there were actually very clear rejections. Now breaking the support at about 12,500, 12,600 would be negative. The fact that it's now trading below, quite decisively below the flattened 40 weeks, it is something to watch. If it continues to be weakened, we may see this roll over. So that generally will not be positive for the markets, and this support is very significant. So it's important to watch the reactions at the support level. So the tech stock generally are weak, so we got to be careful because that has influence over our local tech stocks. Now let's review some of the stock we have been actually watching. Samudara, after this strong upward move, stock has been actually languishing on the side, and if you notice, there were a couple of rejections. It's obviously over as standards, and it was not able to actually close well. This is a sign of weakness, and we've got to be very careful. Now obviously, if we continue to consolidate sideways, then it may build a base for further upward move, but whatever the case may be, the odds of a break on the downside is possible, so we just have to actually manage our position closely. Any new positions, if you take the breakouts, it's likely to be a hit and run. Now we have been discussing hourglass for quite some time, and finally the stock managed to stage a breakout. Yesterday itself we see a very high volume bar, and today a very nice follow through, closing near the high. If you have missed the trade, look for pullback and look for new setups to go long. On the weeklies, you can see it is actually a small deeper breakout. Semco Industries. After the breakouts, we have not seen any follow through, even though today bars is actually low volume, but we prefer after a breakout there is immediate follow through. Nevertheless, at this point in time here, we do have a contraction set up. The bar high is at $3. Capital is overextended, so we need to be cautious. If you notice, actually the bar tends to overlap here and it's getting very small. So the odds of a fail is actually pretty high. Well, obviously, there could be some announcement towards the end of this month between Capricorn and Sembcorp Marine of a potential merger. So it may well sell on news, so we got to be very careful if you have open positions. Let's take a look at Sembcorp Marine. The weakness actually happens pretty obvious. This is yesterday bar. Notice it was not able to hold the opening gap and it actually failed, and today trade a narrow range bar, a doji, so this is more likely a pause. It may well actually move downward to close up the daylight. So again, if you have positioned earlier, this is the time to actually get out, and we'd like to observe to see whether there's further setup for the stocks. It probably takes some time. You need to digest the gain. Resource stock Pubitama. Very nice upward move followed by a very shallow pullback, and we have a nice break today. That's a follow through. Again, you have missed this breakout. This is a small deeper breakout. Look for a pullback and look for a new setup. Now we just discussed golden agri. It's just that this stock is a bit sluggish. Nevertheless, there is some upward movement. Pretty obvious. We see series of overlapping bars, and here we have a contraction breakouts, and today form an inside bar. Again, like to see it break above this high here of 355. First, resources is probably less preferred, purely based on the recent price actions. Is pretty choppy. Anyway, managed to actually make a small gain today. We can look for a pullback and look for a new setup.